Again? We're talking about this problem again? This league cannot get out of its own way. I've said it before. There is more talent in the NBA right now than any other point in league history. If you haven't been to a live NBA game recently, you really don't understand what you're missing. Television doesn't do it justice. Positions in the league have basically been wiped out because you got so many players who can play multiple spots. You got shooters in this league that can consistently hit three-point shots from 30 feet. For the first time in years, I feel like NBA players are treating the regular season like it actually matters. Star players are not missing games with regularity. You guys know I never miss a Pelicans game. There have been multiple games this season where there's been a playoff-like atmosphere for a game in the regular season. Over the last few years, I have criticized NBA players for not taking the regular season seriously, but I gotta give them credit. Players, they are no longer the problem. Guys like LeBron James are no longer trying to change the NBA to BLM. They're not lecturing fans. They're not calling Walter White a racist because he doesn't see color when it comes to voting for Donald Trump. Orange man bad. For the most part, the players are taking the regular season seriously. The Western Conference is absolutely stacked. The product on the court should be amazing. But I told you guys before, in terms of quality of play, in terms of the level of talent in each league, for this particular season anyway, I feel like the NBA has been better than the NFL. Problem is, and it's the same problem they've had in the past, the NBA can't get out of its own way. And they can't get out of their own way because this league has the same problem that my Saints have in New Orleans. The NBA has a leadership problem. For reasons unknown, Adam Silver refuses to address the officiating problem in the NBA. I mean, he's got plenty of time for counseling sessions with Draymond Green. Come here, Dre, sit on my lap. Tell me about your childhood. This is a safe space. Let's figure out why you continue committing chicken shit acts of violence. Allen has plenty of time for Dre. He's been busting his alien ass trying to get Draymond Green back on the NBA court. I don't understand why. I mean, no one's watching the NBA to see Draymond Green. His entire career, Draymond Green has been a role player disguised as a star player. If he was drafted by the Detroit Pistons, Draymond Green, he would be unknown. He would have been a journeyman type player bouncing around from franchise to franchise, wearing out his welcome. Alan Silver is concerned about that doofus who should be banned from the league, but he's not concerned about the people responsible for keeping this league alive. Me and you, the fans. But KC, don't you mean Adam Silver? No, I mean Allen. As soon as he addresses this problem and earns the right for proper name recognition, I'll refer to him as Adam again, or Private First Class Silver. Until then, I'm calling him Allen. Last night, the Toronto Raptors were in Los Angeles to play the Lakers. Now, I don't know if Raptors fans even exist, but if they do, I'm sure they were dreading this game in Los Angeles last night, and it's not because the Lakers are some unbeatable opponent. Fans of the Raptors were dreading this game for the same reason that Pels fans are dreading our game tonight in the City of Rainbows. When teams like the Pels or the Raptors play teams like the Lakers or the Rainbow Warriors on their home court, you already know it's going to be a game of ref ball. Going into the fourth quarter last night, Raptors are up 89-88. They end up losing the game by 1 point. Now, on paper, this was a great game, right? Well, it was a great game until the fourth quarter, where it turned into a contest between NBA officials to see who could blow the hardest. The Lakers shot 23 free throws in the fourth quarter. 23. Now, at minimum, that means the Raptors were called for, 12 fouls? Basically, one foul call per minute, or a foul was called basically on every Lakers offensive possession. Now, on average, NBA teams shoot 22, maybe 23 free throws in a game. The Lakers, they were given that many attempts in one fucking quarter. It is absolutely unfathomable. Anthony Davis shot 8 free throws in the final 61 seconds of the game. Anthony Davis had almost as many free throws in the final minute of the game than the Toronto Raptors had in the entire game itself. You can't tell me the officiating wasn't biased. After the game, Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic spoke to the media, and I apologize, man, if I'm mispronouncing your name. It's not intentional. I'm just a dumbass when it comes to pronouncing names. I have a difficult time pronouncing easy names like Joe. Every time I see the wrinkled face of our fearless leader, I call him John Biden. But anyway, he spoke with the media after the game last night, and he completely unloaded on the officiating in the NBA. Now, this is not the first time an NBA head coach has complained about the officiating in this dump. Taylor Jenkins started this trend back in November. Steve Kerr complained about the incompetence on Christmas Day. Hell, even the usually mild-mannered Willie Green, head coach of my Pelicans, Willie Green rarely shows emotion. He aggravates me at times because I want to see more fire in him. I want to see Willie Green rip into NBA officials. And to his credit, even mild-mannered Willie has been tearing into these bums lately. But it wasn't the complaints about the officiating that caught my attention last night. It was this subtle allegation that Darko Rajakovic made against the NBA. I'll point it out to you after the clip, but see if you can catch what I'm talking about. Roll the film.
That's outrageous. What happened tonight, this is completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this. 23 free throws for them, and we get 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. Like, how to play the game. I understand respect for all stars and all that, but we have star players on our team as well. How's possible that Scotty Barnes, who is all-star caliber player in this league, he goes every single time to the rim with force and trying to get to the rim without flopping and not trying to get foul calls. He gets 2 free throws for the whole game. How's that possible? How are you going to explain that to me? They had to win tonight? If that's the case, just let us know so we don't show up for the game. Just give them a win.
Did you catch it? Now, it was brief, it was subtle, but it was there. You heard him say they had to win that game tonight. Next time, extend the courtesy of letting us know. That way, we won't bother to show up. If you're Alan Silver, that statement is incredibly damning. For years, NBA fans have speculated that the NBA is rigged, which is the worst accusation a professional sports league can have. You never want your fan base questioning the integrity of your league. If fans don't believe what they're watching is real, if fans believe the outcome of the game is predetermined, there's no reason for them to watch. Maybe that's why NBA ratings have remained in the pooper. It is bad enough, though, when fans are speculating about the integrity of your league. But that fan speculation can be disregarded. Allen can call up his pretend friends in the mainstream media and they can easily dispute that claim. Fans are emotional, you know. They're always going to question the officiating. They're always going to question the integrity of the NBA when their team is losing. You know, to be fair, it's not outlandish to think that. Fans are emotional. I should know because I am one. I am completely irrational when I'm watching my Pelicans. I admit it. I'm an irrational fan, but at least I have the self-awareness to admit it. The problem in the NBA, Adam Silver refuses to admit there's a problem. Here you have an NBA head coach calling into question the integrity of your league. This dude basically said these games are predetermined. If that's the case, the NBA is really no different than the WWE. Winners and losers are determined beforehand. At the end of the day, if you're watching the WWE, you're either watching to spank the wanker to greased up dudes wearing extremely tight pants, or, as is the case for most WWE fans, they're watching for the storylines. They're watching for the scripted drama. Is that what the NBA has become? Scripted drama? Where the stars of the show aren't the players on the court, but the officials on the court? When I was growing up, I don't remember WWE officials being the stars of the show. At least Vince McMahon was smart enough to realize that people were paying and watching on television to see the wrestlers, not the bums with a whistle. For years, I have outright refused to believe that the NBA was rigged. I've refused to believe that NBA games were determined beforehand, predetermined, or that winners and losers were being selected. But I gotta be honest with you, it is getting harder and harder to defend against those accusations. You can't tell me Alan Silver doesn't recognize the officiating problem. But like I've told you guys before, NBA officials, they're just doing their jobs. They're doing what they're told to do. They're following the orders of Adam Silver. The officiating in this league sucks because Alan wants the officiating to suck. He wants to remove all physicality from the NBA. Oh, I don't want our players being physical with each other. That's mean. Come on, fellas. Make Alan happy and play nice with each other. Get the fuck out of here. The officiating has been set up to reward the best actors in the NBA. One of the best actors in the league, none other than LeBron James. The same LeBron James who was highly critical of the officiating in the NBA just, 12 months ago? Last night, LeBron, he was asked about the officiating. Now, I was hoping to see LeBron step up here and be a leader. I was hoping to see the same LeBron James that we saw last January. The LeBron who was not afraid to admit that NBA officiating absolutely sucks. Instead, LeBron James, he put his thinking cap on, which is a size extra, extra, extra small. When there's minimal brain activity, there's no need for a large thinking cap. But last night, Professor James, he properly diagnosed the problem. It wasn't shitty officiating. No. That was simply an excuse given by a team with sour lemons. Watch for yourself.
I felt like they fouled and we didn't.
Really? Really? Let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. On the rare occasion that LeBron James is the victim of the bums with a whistle, the officiating is a major problem. But on the damn near nightly basis that LeBron is on the receiving end of the whistle, the other team just fouled more. I ain't buying it. Make no mistake about it, this is a serious, serious problem for the NBA. There are millions of fans who bet on this league every night, whether it's straight lines, over-unders, prop bets, parlay prop bets, whatever. The last thing you want with gambling is the perception that the fix is in. Why do you think gambling in the WWE is minimal? Books offer it. Very few people are dumb enough to take it. Do I think this problem in the NBA is going to be addressed? Absolutely not. Do I think the NBA is predetermined? Or maybe I should use the adjective that WWE fans hate to hear. Do I think the NBA is fake? I want to say no. I really want to say no, and I really want to believe it. But I'll be honest, it's getting harder and harder not to say yes. But what about you? Do you think the NBA is picking winners and losers? I guess a better way of framing the question. Do you think the NBA favors certain teams, certain players over others? Either way, if the answer is yes to either one of those questions, not good for the NBA. Some nights the officiating is questionable, but last night, that was about as blatant as you could get. Will Adam Silver address this problem, or is Adam Silver the problem? Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. I appreciate you guys and your continued support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.